Cambodian Australians are a vital part of the Australian community, particularly in my electorate of Isaacs. Their resilience, strong family ties and commitment to fairness and dignity reflect the values that we share as a nation. Since my election in 2007, I've built strong relationships with members of the Cambodian Australian community. I hold this community in the highest regard and value the trust and friendship extended to me over many years. In recent weeks, members of the Australian Cambodian community in my electorate have contacted me greatly concerned about the recent outbreak of violence in the Cambodia-Thailand border area. I've since met with families and community leaders who are fearful for the safety of loved ones in the border area and anxious about the consequences of instability. These concerns are close, personal and deeply felt. Many in the community are seeking reassurance that their voices are being heard. I've raised these concerns with my colleagues. The Australian government recently welcomed the ceasefire agreement announced by Cambodia and Thailand. Foreign Minister Penny Wong reaffirmed Australia's support for a peaceful resolution through regional dialogue and international cooperation. That position reflects our continued commitment to peace, the rule of law and protection of civilians in our region. Moments like this remind us that the effects of conflict are rarely contained. Civilians bear the immediate cost, but the consequences often reach far beyond the borders where violence occurs. For communities in Australia with close connections to the region, these events cause real worry and demand a principled and engaged international response. Deputy Speaker, peace is not just the absence of war. It is the presence of justice, of dignity and the belief that every person deserves to live free from fear. Achieving peace requires patience, effort and a willingness to choose dialogue over division. All too often, it's ordinary people who live with the consequences of conflict. The nations of the world differ in their histories, but the challenges to peace and stability remind us of the international community's shared responsibility to prevent conflict and protect civilians. Upholding justice, mutual respect and dialogue to resolve conflict is what gives meaning to our shared humanity. Deputy Speaker, as Federal Member for Isaacs, I want to ensure that the voices of Cambodian Australians in my electorate are heard, their concerns respected and their calls for peace and safety acknowledged.